What's good, Internet? This is the Fifth Down NFL newsletter, and I'm your host, Tony Tucker. We love talking football here, so leave a comment, consider subscribing. Thanks for stopping by. Fifth Down, the game of the week is Baltimore going to Los Angeles, Ravens, Chargers, Harbaugh versus Harbaugh, and then you have ex-Ravens versus current Charger, former Ravens playing their old team. You got the general manager, Joe Ortiz, out here. But then you got guys like J.K. Dobbins and Gus Edwards and Bozeman. It's like you have this just real connective tissue, like literally DNA connected through this game. And it's Monday Night Football. I think the schedule makers did a tremendous job putting this one here. We will both be at the game. We're going together Monday night. We'll have some stuff there. So if you're subscribed, you'll get some exclusive content from inside SoFi Stadium for sure on Fifth Down. Looking forward to that. But in this game, I'm gonna let you go first. What are your thoughts on this game? Spoiler alert, Ravens fans, if you're watching this, we're both picking our team, and you can fill up the comments and say all the hateful things that you want, but we're both picking our team. So we don't even need to pretend.
Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, because I don't know if you saw it, Tony, because you're not even on social media at all for being an influencer. It's pretty wild, actually. But I posted a video of me celebrating in SoFi. I was watching the Chiefs lose on the big old giant jumbotron, and it went crazy viral, like insanely viral. Posted on all these meme pages, like basically everywhere but ESPN. ESPN was the last ones that need to freaking post it. Like it went insanely viral. So definitely stay tuned, because I posted that first on the Fifth Down Instagram page before it got anywhere else. So stay tuned in, guys. He ain't lying. We're going to be posting from SoFi, and we'll hopefully have something else like that happen. But my thoughts on the game, I'm feeling extremely confident in the Chargers after that Cincinnati game. I was going into that game very nervous to see if our defense was going to hold up against the Bengals' superhuman offense. And I feel like they did excellent. I know that there were some cracks in the ship. There are a few big plays made by Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. Freaking sue them. I mean, that's going to happen against Jamar Chase and T. Higgins with a healthy Joe Burrow, a pissed-off healthy Joe Burrow in the pocket. The entire first half, they shut the Bengals offense down, and I was extremely impressed with that. So impressed that I have a lot of confidence in this defense going against Lamar Jackson. I feel like we have even more sideline-to-sideline guys to chase Lamar Jackson around this football field than the Steelers had last week, and the Steelers just implemented a great game plan in slowing down Lamar, as they kind of always do, which I'm starting to see some buzz on the internet of the whole Mike Tomlin versus John Harbaugh matchup starting to become a thing. Well, let's talk about Jim Harbaugh versus John Harbaugh. And I know that Jim has never beat John Harbaugh before, but I know that he's going to be using that tape from that Pittsburgh game and using all the advantages that we can to throw at Lamar Jackson. When you go to the flip side, the Chargers offense versus the Ravens defense, especially if they're down some guys that are hurt right now, is a complete mismatch, even worse than the Cincinnati game. I think that the Cincinnati Bengals gave the Chargers some trouble. Like Herbert had to move around in the pocket. We had to figure out some things in pass protection at points in that game that we're going to be able to handle the Baltimore Ravens pass rush if they don't have Roquan Smith in the middle, if they're missing a couple of other key guys. I know that Kyle Hamilton has been in and out of the lineup. They need to get him healthy if they want any chance come playoff time. The Ravens, statistically, I think right now have the 32nd ranked defense scoring-wise in the entire NFL. Like, I think the Chargers can score more points this week, Tony.
I definitely do. So I was telling Mike before we jumped on here, I watched the all 22 of that game, right? I just wanted to see how it looked. And because I knew the lopsided win-loss record in that matchup, but like the discipline in which the Steelers play, like setting the edge and whatever, there was only a couple plays where Herbig crashed early on the run and didn't set the edge, and Lamar was able to get out there for some explosive runs on the outside. But like what the Steelers were able to do, like the success, I guess I should say, that they should have had in that game, I think that Herbert's a guy that can really exploit some of the things that I see. And like if it's me who doesn't know 1/1,000,000th of football that they know inside of that building, then there has to be so much more opportunities as the team continues to build up and unfold things. So I think that there's opportunities in the run game for these guys to have sort of the revenge, even though it's not. I don't think that there's an ounce of revenge for Gus Edwards or J.K. Dobbins in their heart. I think they made a decision to go to Derrick Henry, and I don't think that these guys hate on it, and they ended up in a good spot. So, like, I really like the opportunities for, hey, the box is loaded. You're going to get one-on-one with McConkey. The other thing that I would kind of like to see in this game is let's have this be the DJ Chark game. We experimented or we saw a lot of like down the field passes to Quentin Johnson. I would have liked those a lot better if that was DJ Chark down the field, or I'm going to say this, maybe even Jalen Reagor down the field, like Josh Palmer. Like, let's go. There's going to be some shots there and opportunities to be taken on that side. Defensive side, if we can get Khalil Mack out there for 25 snaps and just like being able to really set the edge, he's one of the better guys there. Bosa's good about maintaining that too, forcing everybody back inside to Otito. Puna's playing great. Tahir Tart, holy wow. Watching the game in the stadium and then coming home and watching it again, like him and Puna were playing freaking outstanding. Matlock's in there making plays. The way Thule's lining up inside and still getting pressure from the interior. Cornerbacks, we need those guys obviously to be helped. It'd be really nice if Cam Hart is out there and ready to play, if Christian Fulton's out there and ready to play. But the safeties that we have working, I'm so excited about this game. I do think that the Chargers can find a way to pull this one out. 3 to 6 point victory here at home. Hopefully the fans are coming back out again. If you're a Chargers fan and you're watching this, I have never had so much fun at a football game. Me, my wife, my brother-in-law, and his wife went, and I lost my voice early fourth quarter. Like, it was starting to fade in the first half, but early fourth quarter, it was just like, sound like Doc Rivers. Like, let's go Chargers. Just out there, just like, at a certain point, I started making this like weird noise just to make noise, where it's like real guttural, where it's like, where it's like just, it's insane. Anything I can do. But yeah, bolt up, everybody. Fantastic.
Both all the way up. I just about had a freaking heart attack in there. It was exciting.
it was
exciting.
So great. Those field goals, because I'm like right behind that goalpost where I'm sitting in my section. I'm like right there, and like the second one looked like it was gonna land right in my lap. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna have a souvenir to have on the show. This is the that McPherson missed.
McPherson missed. I got it. It's fine. Yeah, I feel like it could play out exactly the same, Tony. I could see the Chargers jumping out to an early lead. Lamar Jackson making a few desperate plays, making a few Lamar Jackson-like plays. They climb back into it, even a few missed field goals. Like, I could see the exact same thing play out.
Absolutely. And so last year I took my son to see the Chargers-Ravens, and that was the infamous game. Remember I sent you and Joe video? That was where the fans who were leaving started the fire, Staley, fire. And that's where it all started to go downhill, because the Chargers, I think, were down 10-13 at some point, and then there was the strip sack fumble there. I do think I really like our matchups with Slater and Alt on the outside versus Owe and Kyle Van Noy. I like those matchups there. A little worried about Matabike in the middle. He had some really nice reps against the Steelers. But
if we had Matabike line up, like give Herbert 7 yards, right, and have him line up unblocked, nobody, just run straight at Justin Herbert 100 times, Justin Herbert will make Matabike miss 100 times.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. I don't disagree with you there, but
this is why we're gonna cook the Chiefs too, because when he's healthy, man, he's D tackle proof. Like, D ends can get him, but no D tackle can get him. Even when they get right in front of him, it's like he disappears as they go to wrap around him.
He's tall and strong and athletic, so all those are a good combination for breaking out of there. Let's go ahead and let's put a bow on this. We appreciate everybody who stopped by and consider subscribing, commenting, hanging out with us here at Fifth Down. Mike, anything else you want to say?
Nothing else. Everyone, bolt up.
Yeah.
That's all I got to say.
Bolt up. Cannot wait to be there on Monday night. Going to be